good. Nobody's there yet. All right. I apologize for not being prepared. Have a lot going on right now, but I wanted to come on to do a reading for the energy that we are in. Hello, hello. Welcome to this reading. I'm not prepared. I'm going to I have a few things I want to talk about, but I'm going to kind of just go in then to the reading and see what else comes out, because I personally have had quite, the last few days have been quite challenging and intense and interesting and all of the above for myself and for my family, especially my son and my daughter-in-law, whom, by the way, baby Clay, my grandson, will arrive tomorrow morning sometime around 9:30 in the morning. So happy birthday to Clay tomorrow morning. And yeah, so I want to talk about this full moon that's coming up in Capricorn, but more so I want to talk about the energy that we're in. And Mercury coming out of retrograde and Jupiter going into retrograde, and how that affects us, how that affects our brain, our cognitive functions. And then I'm going to go briefly into a little bit more in depth of the Schumann resonance chart and what those readings actually mean for us, how they affect us and other mammals, animals, your pets. So I'm going to just get right on into it. I know that we've got strange energy. I see people coming on and off, and I know technology has not been very easy to deal with for a lot of us lately. Mercury stationing direct yesterday. Yeah, today, actually, later on this, well, it should be stationing direct very shortly. Going through that shadow period, that energy is increased. So let's just get into it here. I am on a roller coaster ride of my own energy. I did take quite some time to meditate and clear my energy of all of the excitement that's been going on in my life. And so I'm going to just get right into it. I want to start off with this full moon in Capricorn, which will be this Thursday here in the East Coast, which is the 24th of June. This energy is going to be pulling in energies from the eclipse cycle that we have just experienced, the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse, and the patterns. These are patterns that the planets influence our cognition, our the way we are perceiving reality. And then also we have Mars and Venus. That transit is also assisting with these patterns. The sun is now in Cancer. This transit is very welcomed. And then Jupiter and Mercury switching. Mercury stationing to go direct today. Jupiter just went into retrograde yesterday. So what does that all mean? Well, I'm currently studying a form of astrology that deals with what we're experiencing now, the evolution of the human mind, the human brain, and our physical bodies. So what I'm learning in my classes, what I actually had just learned yesterday, I think it was, has to deal with the energy that we're in with Mercury and Jupiter. So Mercury is associated with the left brain, the left hemisphere of the brain, which is collecting the data. It's the masculine energy. It is the logical mind. So it's about all the data that we take in and collect and gather, while Mercury's in retrograde, that the information that we had gathered over the last through that last retrograde cycle, which is a few months, has settled for reprocessing and reviewing those aha moments, and it gets linked in with Jupiter, the right brain, the more intuitive side of our brain hemispheres, giving us these more aha moments, revelation, gaining clarity in our own way. Everybody's kind of having these big moments of realization, and really kind of just, it's helping to skip over unnecessary information that our brains had also collected during that last 3 or 4 months. So let's get into it here. We've got Mars and Venus that are joining together, and this is a culmination energy. So when I speak about two planets meeting together, or any of the transits, they go through phases. Planets meet a few times, depending on their cycle, and they have conversations with each other. So they relate to each other in one way, shape, or form. Each planet has a story, and when they meet up, they have a conversation with each other. And the conversation is really deeply determined by the phase. So this phase of Mars and Venus is the balsamic phase, considered to be closure, a closing of that cycle. The balsamic phase in the Mars-Venus relationship really is super important, especially in these times we're having. So we have this closure, we have this deep inner reflection. We're inwardly looking at the nature of our, in this case, relationship to our values, Venus, and also looking at how we're going to be taking action on that, Mars, around the values that we have. Over the next 6 months, we'll be experiencing this energy. So that is an eclipse phase. This last eclipse phase is really influencing our cognition and our perception. With that said, Jupiter now retrograde as of yesterday, Mercury moving out of retrograde today. These two planets linked with the left and the right side of the brain. Shifting our perspective, or helping us see our reality more clearly with our deep inner knowing, with our intuition. Now, as far as the eclipse energies that this full moon is pulling in, we have the South Node in Sagittarius. That is ruled by Jupiter. The North Node in Gemini, ruled by Mercury. So here again, we have these two planets having this conversation. So with this said, and over the last, I would say, 4 or 5 days, actually, I thought today was Sunday for some reason. I don't even know why, because I do know the date. But, my brain is just pulled in so many directions. So much is going on. So over these last few days leading up to the full moon, and maybe a few days after, we're starting to make sense of the last couple of months since January of this year. Our insights, our thoughts, and our ideas about different things, different aspects of life. We've had some revelations, some insights during this retrograde phase of Mercury. Now Mercury going direct, we'll have a few more insights to take forward with us. So we're going to really try to start to think in new ways, gather information in new ways. How this affects us with Jupiter in retrograde is that it's going to start to reshape the internal narrative that we have that we've been using towards the way we see our reality. So, you know, our internal narrative story is starting to reshape and reform. We're reorganizing and reshaping our perception of reality and what we value and what we don't value anymore. So with all the reshaping of our cognitive minds, we also have the energy of the full moon in Capricorn. And this is a really interesting and powerful full moon, also considered to be a super moon, meaning that the moon is closest to the earth, very close to the earth. So it's powerful energy. It's going to pull in, and I don't want to alarm anybody because I don't think it's going to be the same way, but it's going to pull in all of the energy, all of the energies that we had experienced last year of 2020. It's going to really illuminate emotions and feelings from our 2020 experience. So in 2020, we had Saturn and Jupiter in Capricorn and Pluto in Capricorn too. I spoke about this constantly last year, multiple conjunctions between these three planets. And we had the lunar node, the south node was in Capricorn, the north node in Cancer. Now we're going to have the full moon in Capricorn and the sun is in Cancer. So this is pulling up things from last year, emotions and feelings and how we experienced 2020. It's going to bring to surface any emotional patterns that have not been dealt with. Most likely these patterns surfaced last year. Again, this probably wasn't the first time, but I think probably where they were more intense and definitely noticed. If they weren't noticed by you, they were noticed by others around you, which was causing conflicts between people. So, you know, if you are able to go within, or if you were able to really go deep within yourself and look at your emotional dynamics and start to look at where there's wounding, where there are parts of you that are still ungrounded, where you still need to do emotional work for yourself. This, everything that resurfaced 2020, and if it hasn't really been dealt with, it's going to resurface again, most likely. The difference now with the full moon energy is that, you know, if you've done some of that emotional work, then this energy is going to give you a reinforcement of increased strength. You'll find that you're not as triggered or as affected as you once were by certain things. So with the sun moving through the archetype of Cancer this month and the full moon in Capricorn, it's going to rehash events from last year's lunar node cycle in the Capricorn Cancer axis. Mars and Venus meet up in their balsamic phase, bringing closure, deep inward reflection, and really reflecting upon and bringing to an end some relating function as to what is considered to be valuable and important in our lives, how we prioritize our day, what action, Mars, that we take in our day-to-day towards what we value. Do you take time for yourself? Do you take time for the things that you truly do value? Let's see, where else do we have? Yeah, because, you know, when you take that time, you're engaging in a deeper relationship with that. It could be family, it could be a hobby, it could be yourself. What you know, what you value. We must become more conscious of ourselves and start to notice where the patterns of behavior exist and where those patterns lead us to deeper unconscious drives, or we're noticing and paying attention every single day, our patterns and our ways of behaving, and really asking ourselves, is this something that's nourishing me? Or is it really just driving me through subconscious and unconscious patterning? Where do you put your time and attention? That time and attention, is it driven by a connection, a relationship of some sort? Or to something that you consider to be valuable or not. You know, the full moon is really going to bring us through this deep reflection of these patterns within ourselves. Capricorn Cancer archetype reveals how we deeply emotionally identify with ourselves, and also how we extend that emotional identification out to the world. So Capricorn is, you know, how am I seen? Versus Cancer, how do I see myself? You know, if you're on autopilot, if I'm on autopilot and my values are conditioned by my early childhood experiences, and I'm projecting myself out into the world based on culturally and socially driven motives, then that's how I see myself, and that's how my life will unfold. So are you living your life for you, or are you living your life for your culture or other people? This is a good question to ask yourself. These energies are going to allow us to really reflect and contemplate on how we want to steer and direct our lives going forward, which is also a Capricorn trait. How are we relating and influencing that direction would be the Mars and the Venus transit. So with all that said, hi, I know that was a mouthful. With all that said, and with the right and left brain kind of switching, doing a switcheroo with Mercury and Gemini, Mercury and Jupiter, I want to now take a little bit of a switch to how energies are affecting us, and basically all mammals, all animals, most likely probably more than that, but that's just my perception and others of what we've been witnessing and experiencing ourselves. Pets really might start to show signs of how they're affected by energies. And this chart that I'm going to explain to you is really good to know before you just put yourself out into the world, you know, go out on the roads and drive. You want to understand how other people are affected by these energies as well. Because it really does give a deep influence, especially those who are highly sensitive to energy, are deeply influenced by these energies, and they have fluctuated like crazy. I mean, they have been, but I've been feeling these energies for the last few days. And then I'm not going to go into too much detail, but had an extremely terrifying, very devastating, almost devastating news and experience, me and my family last night out of the blue. And, you know, our reaction was sorrow, and mine was anger, of course. But it turned out, after a few hours of processing our emotions through it, the energy had shifted and the news had shifted and everything had changed. So I also consider that to still be some of that trickster energy of Mercury, especially Mercury was still in a very highly active shadow phase period last night. So that's my perception of that. So understanding the energy readings from the Schumann resonance chart. There's a few articles, I did share some on Facebook, but I want to just kind of break it down as simplistically as I can, because I did take some time to kind of investigate this myself. If you look at the Schumann resonance chart, you Google it, look it up. There's an app that you can download onto your phone also. There are different color codings within it. And so I'm going to break that down, but then I'm going to go a little bit further into the actual frequencies and what they do to the body and the brain and to other animals, our pets, you name it. So the blue, which is basically, I wish I could show you, but I can't right now, is usually the general background of what you see when you're looking at the Schumann resonance chart, which is anywhere from 1 to 26 hertz. The blue is the homeostasis. It's the calm. It's just kind of a very, not much is going on. But then the green, which runs through the blue, has been for the last year or two, is the purging energies. It's bringing up things. A lot of times we want to shove it back down or numb it away, but it brings up things that we should be purging. Then there's red and orange that I've noticed typically will be in the beginning and surrounding the white bursts. So the red and the orange are really very dense energy blockages. It's kind of when you have that brain fog and you can't think right, you can't come up with the right words, or you don't know where you put your car keys. Or even worse, you're just completely blocked and you don't know why you're not getting ahead in life. There's something that has to purge, but it's been blocked by you or by trauma. The white is what's considered the fifth dimensional frequencies, which I'll go into a little more detail on that. It's a light coding. So they're associated with between 1 and 10 hertz, basically. Delta, theta, and alpha. Instead of going there, I'm going to just kind of break that down as well. So the delta is 0 to 4 hertz, and this occurs in dreamless sleep, and it's also associated with drowsiness, daytime drowsiness. So there are days when, you know, we feel drowsy. We don't even know why. You might have had more than enough sleep and you just don't even know why. There's this drowsy, this lethargic feeling. And delta will occur continuously, I've noticed through these charts, or basically charting the energy that is being emitted from the earth, but also the energy that is coming in. So it is kind of like a nice fulcrum point, I would imagine. The next would be theta. Theta is 4 hertz to 8 hertz. And this occurs at the very first sleep stage, and also during meditation. Then we have alpha, 8 to 12 hertz. And the hertz on the Schumann resonance chart are listed on the left side of the chart. The chart is read horizontally from left to right. The hertz are listed on the left side of the chart for those of you who have it or who are going to download it. So you can see where we're at each day, each moment of each day, if you'd like. So where was I? Theta, meditative, or also, you know, the first, when you're just about to fall asleep. Alpha occurs alpha is 8 to 12 hertz, occurs in our relaxed alertiveness in adults. It's associated with the daytime, with daydreaming. Children live mostly in this state. Excuse me. It's also a state of relaxation and reflection. And then we have beta. Beta goes into 3 different waves. Beta from 12 hertz to 30 hertz occurs in highly active processing, concentration, and learning. Sorry, my throat chakra. So then we have the slow or the low beta, which is 12 hertz to 17 hertz. And that is just our normal alertedness. That's where we're just processing information. Then we have fast and high beta, 17 hertz to 30 hertz. This is heightened alertedness. This is the fight or flight or freeze. This also brings a sense of anxiety. And last but not least, we have the gamma, which occurs more rarely, I would imagine. It's associated with both, it's simultaneously processing information in both the left and the right hemispheres of the brain during an awakened state. So this is expanded consciousness, this is expanded insight, and expanded intuition. So I found that to be really, really interesting, especially since I am highly sensitive to energy, and I have noticed my patterns of energy fluctuating with nothing outside of myself to actually cause that. So it's very interesting. I feel like I've become my own science experiment here. Hi. So let's get into the reading. It's an interesting evening tonight. Let's see what the collective energies are like right now. Because if it's anything like what we experienced yesterday and last night, I know for myself, it was ironic, and I don't find anything ironic. Things happen for a reason, but it was ironic that I was doing my class on Jupiter and Mercury and learning about the energy that we're in right now when my son came into the room in a panic with this, it started our snowball of madness last night. And I instantly reacted as a mother would and went to, the helping mode. What can I do? All of those things. So a few hours have gone by. At this point, we're in a very deeply devastated state of mind. And something shifted suddenly. And the news that had devastated us had completely turned around, and it had accidentally been sent to us incorrectly. I know it sounds like very vague, but I'm getting somewhere with this. Knowing what I practice, understanding energy, and basically my own faith and trust had really been tested last night. And I'm just here to tell you, just try not to have those knee-jerk, obviously, especially in an emergency situation, you have to respond, but try not to go overboard in your emotional state until you fully know. We never know how things are going to unfold from each moment to moment. So if you try to really just stay positive and understand there's a lot of final challenges, I want to say, because we have that closure energy right now. So just be aware of that, I suppose, would be my best advice. Okay, let's get on with it. What is going on with the collective? Base chakra, material harvest. All right, let's see where this is going. So the root chakra, our roots, our childhood. Our root chakra is the first chakra to go online when we're born. So if you don't have a solid foundation or a good foundation as a child, your base or root chakra can be imbalanced. And from that point on, the rest of the chakras are going to also be imbalanced. Not a big deal. They are easily worked out. Not easily, but there's a lot of energy workers out there. There's a lot of energy work you can do yourself, as well as your emotional work, deep inward reflection. Okay. Obstacles and challenges, third eye. They really want me to talk about all of this stuff. Okay, I'll show the cards in a minute here. Hi. Whew. Okay. Heartache and loss. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Okay. Bottom of the deck for this first storyline is victory and success. That's the overall energy, our overall desire, our overall what we would like to see and experience. Whatever that means for you. It could just be victory and success. I got through this day. I got through this year. That is the overall energy. So it starts with the base, the root. Getting to the root of the situation. What is causing a blockage for you? What is causing you to not be able to receive what it is that you're trying to receive, trying to manifest? It stems at the root. That is the core wound. They turn into our obstacles and our challenges in life if not dealt with, seen, understood at a deep level, seen, third eye, with the right brain. We want to use our intuition, but we have to allow both sides, hemispheres of the brain to work together, balanced, so that you can also use the logical mind to gather the data that's already been collected, the story that's already been in the mind. Data either comes and you review it during a retrograde, re-review it with the right side of the brain and the third eye, and have those aha moments. And it has to do with what's caused you pain, heartache, and loss. These things, anything, it doesn't even matter, whatever it is that has caused you pain, and if you have not worked past that, gotten out of that, healed it, it will continue to cause challenges and obstacles for you in life. So you want to make sure that you have yourself a firm foundation within yourself, meaning that nothing outside of yourself has that much influence on you. It is all you. You give yourself the love that you desire. You give yourself the safety and security that you desire. You give yourself everything that you desire, that firm foundation within you. Ooh, that's a strong message. Okay. Let's see if anything else wants to come out for the collective before I go into the zodiac elements. How are you guys doing? Has anybody else had any like major challenges or tests? I'll call them tests. We're not out of the woods yet with that. But if you're aware of and understanding the dynamic that life is playing out for you at a deeper level, then they're not as much of a challenge as like, I see this test. I got this. All right, let's see. What else? Anything else for the collective? Energies currently. Well, that one wanted to come out and then it didn't. Three of Cups. Celebration. Good times with friends and family. I know that's definitely something that we all need to do a lot more of. And it's nice. I do see that happening more and more and more. And that's Knight of Cups. Yeah. Sharing emotion, talking about our emotions, our feelings. There we go with the Six of Cups. Nostalgia. Reflecting back on those good conversations, deep conversations with good, close connections. Sharing feelings, good times. Could be somebody that was in your life that's no longer in your life. These are all cups. It's all emotional. I'll tell you, the emotions were high in this house last night, but the nice thing about it was we ended the night with laughter. And that is always a good way to close a chapter, especially one that is extremely challenging. All right. Strength. The World. Good way to end that one. Two of Cups, bottom of the deck. What we value, Venus. What we love and value. Connection. Deep connection with others. People. It could be one person. It could be, I see three, so I say people. That you can actually share your deepest, innermost truth of yourself, your feelings, your emotions. Even just reflecting back about other times in your life with someone. We're getting the strength to come out of our shell, to come out of our ego and tame that beast. Can't really come out of it, but you can tweak it, tame it, understand what parts of your ego actually act as obstacles and challenges for you. The World. Pretty much everything I said coming to a completion. All of the patterns of thought, which then stems into behavior from our past. And through 2020, through this year, all the challenges, how we respond, how we react, how we behave, what we say, what we do. All coming up for review to really shine a big light on the wounds so that they can be cleared away and we can move forward clearly. The star below that, healing, hope for a bright future. All right. I think I'm going to end that collective reading there, but we'll go into the zodiac and see what deck do I want to use? Let's start with the fire signs. We'll go with, we'll go with the Wild Unknown Tarot. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. What is the energy for fire signs, please? Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This could be your sun, your moon, your rising sign, your Venus, your Mars. Again, I always suggest listening to all 4 elements, all 12 zodiac, as we do possess the archetypes of all 12 zodiacs at some point in our life, at some aspects of our life, our houses, different parts of our life. These are general messages, so please take what resonates for you and just leave the rest. It could be for someone else. These messages are timeless. Time is not linear in the energetic realm that is man-made. And so sometimes what comes out has already occurred. Sometimes what comes out is currently occurring. Sometimes what comes out will be occurring. So take it as you will. It's for fun, right? Let's see what comes through for the fire signs. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Ace of Wands. So fire signs are expanding their mind, maybe even getting some inspiration. I'm getting. I'll show the cards in a minute. Yeah, fire signs, you are inspired to start something new. Could be a business. Son of Pentacles. Some kind of entrepreneurial. Just something that's going to give you stability. And you're dedicated to this too with the Son of Pentacles. This is something that you are quite loyal and dedicated to. You might still be kind of quiet about it, which is smart, because if we have an idea, something that we want to start manifesting, if you start to tell too many people or you tell the wrong person and they say the wrong thing or kind of try to knock you off of your high horse, it can mess up your energy for manifestation. So 7 of Pentacles, you're right now kind of going through this phase of contemplation, maybe still mulling it over in your head, and the Hermit. So that is, you know, taking time to do that deeper inner reflective work, maybe even some meditation, some time alone. Okay. Okay. Ooh. So you have had some 9 of Swords. You've had some either darker thoughts or vision or some kind of just anguish with this, but Justice came out, just kind of helping to balance that energy. So I'll go through the cards with you. High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. This is your psychic wisdom. This also has to do with like certain maybe things that seem mysterious, but you're starting to actually trust your intuition, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, which has helped really give that expansion of the mind, inspiration, an aha moment, an idea, and an envision of something to create, something tangible in this material world. It's something that will give you more stability for yourself, and you're very dedicated to this this vision, this inspiration that you've had. 7 of Pentacles, you're still in that phase where you're kind of mulling it over, contemplating maybe how you're going to do it, or is this going to work? Try not to spend too much time questioning what is divinely inspired for you, but take that time to go into some form of meditation. It could even just go for a run, a walk. Meditation is not necessarily, you know, sitting with your legs crossed, chanting Om. It is whatever you can get yourself into that meditative state of mind, because there has been some, like, you've gone through the dark side of this, thinking it's not going to work, or, you know, somebody else is already doing it. It's kind of giving you some anxiety. However, I feel like you've made the decision with the Justice card. This is the Karma card also. This is a period of karmic resolve, I would say. Within certain areas of life, we go through these cycles of, you know, we're going through this cycle of completion of karma. Basically, karma meaning like what we believe manifests to become true. So kind of wrapping that up within yourself. This, you know, there is such a thing called the karmic trench, which is basically the neuro pathways in our brain when we have repetitive thoughts or repetitive it's that loop that goes over and over and over in the brain. It digs these deep trenches, and that's our patterns and conditioning in the mind. So we can build new pathways. However, we have to be aware of the pathways that are still trenching in our brain first, so we can put a stop to that and then redirect our mind to something much better. Something that feels better, something that sounds better, seems better. So you can create something, manifest something better. All right, earth signs are next. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. What's going on with the earth signs today? Earth signs. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Thanks. I love these cards. Okay. Earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. What is going on with the earth signs? The Lovers card, first card out. I'm getting a couple messages on this one. This is, union within yourself, within your left and right hemispheres of your brain, the masculine, feminine justice, the masculine, feminine sides of the brain, the left, right brain, yin, yang. Let's keep going. Okay, earth signs. This is what's happening for you guys. Exactly what I was just explaining with the Mercury and Jupiter switch. Mercury now going direct, Jupiter retrograde. Left, right side of the brain. So they're switching. This is bringing you balance. This is bringing you justice, karmic justice. This will affect the decisions that you make going forward. Yes, because we have Eight of Swords. So currently, or you had been feeling really trapped, feeling powerless. In the mind. It's all in the mind. Earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Oh, that's way too, okay. All right. Okay. Can I get one on the Son of Pentacles, please? Okay. All right. Okay. I see. So, bottom of the deck, earth signs. We have the Hanged Man. What do you need to release? What do you need to let go of? This is about inner reflection and letting go. This entire message is with regards to that. So let's see. We have the Lovers card come out first. Now, I typically read the Lovers card as union within the self, meaning the balance of the left and the right hemispheres of the brain, which then can also bring unity within your relationships to other people, because other people are just reflections of how we think about ourselves. So I think either you're starting to see or you will be seeing very clearly in a new perception maybe how you have sabotaged yourself in the past, how you have had the karmic trenches continually paving their way through the brain and left you feeling really stuck, trapped, powerless, and in the mind, which then also manifests or reflects in our outer world as being or seeming as though you're trapped, stuck in a period, in an energy that it just turns stagnant each time. And it requires you to start new all over again. And we've all been experiencing this lately with a lot of these transits. It's like you take 3 steps forward, and then 4 steps backwards, and then 5 steps forward, 2 steps backwards. We're going to continue to experience this pattern for a little bit longer. It was brought to my attention that's how how birds take flight. Sometimes there's a little back pull. I'm not really sure if it's with the birds, but airplanes, there is like a kickback. There's a word for that. Does anybody know what I'm talking about here? So before you take flight, sometimes you do have to kind of go back. It's the velocity I'm getting. So yeah, with this pattern in the mind, pattern in the brain, leaving you feel like you're not in charge or in control of your life, so that left you trapped, feeling trapped, stuck, powerless, stagnant, maybe even affecting your health. This eventually will affect your health, so be mindful of that. But the good news is you've been very dedicated to yourself, dedicated to getting past this. You do understand that energy, and that there is something. Sometimes these things are so hidden from us in our subconscious mind. But Ace of Wands came out for you guys. So this is something is illuminated to you. It's the expansion of the mind. And that is a beautiful thing. The Son of Pentacles also, you've been very dedicated. So your self-talk is improving Earth signs. You're noticing that you are a good person. You're honest, you're loyal, you're dedicated to, you're insightful, you're caring, you're fair, analytical. So with all of these realizations about yourself and your mind expanding, your world expanding, things are starting to come to fruition. This raises your vibration. Your energy starts to really radiate out. And the rest is history from there. Keep going in that direction, Earth signs. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, illumination. Hurrah! Okay. Let's see. Yeah, sticky, stagnant energy. Yuck. We don't like that. Over and over. Beginner's mind. Yes, I've experienced that myself a lot, you know, and when it happens, there are times now where I welcome it, because maybe I've been going too fast in a certain direction and I need to I need to learn to slow down. I know that's been my message since last year. Old habits die hard sometimes until the bees come out and really scare you into it. All right, air signs are next. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. For those of you who know me, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, what is going on with the air signs? Libra and Aquarius and Gemini. All right, that was pretty abrupt, but we'll take it. Magician, Father of Pentacles, Mother of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. Okay, let's keep going here. Air signs. Why Eight of Swords? Okay. Oh, that's good. This is a good one. Air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Yep. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, I love it. Okay. Oh, air signs. This is a nice one. Let me get a drink of water. Okay. Bottom of the deck for the air signs is the Empress. This is that Cancer energy. The sun is now in Cancer. So this is your creation. What are you creating based off of your feminine side, your nurturing side. This also relates to nature, the Mother Earth, air signs. Beautiful. So you start off with the Magician. This is your self-empowerment, manifesting, understanding alchemy, or if you don't understand it, you're still working that magic somehow in a very steady pace. I think you're starting to notice it because of the Pentacles. You're starting to see tangible results of what you are intending to manifest, because Mother of Wands is has your energy vibrant and just right on point. It could have something to do with what you're doing. Maybe you're spending more time on the home front. This is just a very attractive energy. From a period of also being stuck in the mind, feeling trapped, feeling powerless. You've got the Four of Wands. You've got this stamina, this strength, this confidence, this deep inner knowing and this confidence about yourself that really pulled you out of this, or is pulling you out of this. Determination. Yeah. You're determined to be balanced within yourself. This is that creator. This is where the magic happens, right? This could also be a union with another, but it's always a union within self first. This is just joy, complete joy. So you're manifesting what you desire, air signs, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Keep it up, whatever you're doing. Even if you're not aware of it, maybe you're not seeing tangible things yet, stay in that element, stay in that energy, stay where it feels good and it feels right for you. Don't let anybody pull you down off of that. A lot of times we this is for everybody, not just air signs, but we need to understand our own self-worth. A lot of people, especially if you're energetically sensitive, have, you know, either you were brought up in a family where you maybe had to parent yourself. Maybe both your parents worked all the time, or maybe you had to parent your siblings, or it doesn't really matter. Maybe you didn't have a great relationship or any relationship with one or both of your parents. These childhood, and maybe it wasn't really traumatic for you, but it develops patterns in the mind. And mostly it is that we think that we're doing good. You are. The intentions are good, but it's attracting people into your life that need help, need fixing of some sort. And instead of doing your own inner work, you put a lot of your energy, I'm not saying you, like a lot of people do this, put a lot of their time and energy into trying to fix other people and other things, and neglecting your own stuff. And it turns into a pattern, a people-pleasing pattern even. So you want to be mindful of that, everybody, because that can kind of keep you stuck, and you think you're doing something good because you're helping people, but if you're not helping yourself, you're really not helping anybody else either, and you're kind of keeping yourself small. Also, a lot of times we have to bring our vibration down, way down, when we sink down to another person who's in pain. If we want to try to grab their hand and pull them up, it really pulls our vibration and energy down. So there's a fine line there, and you have to have that balance, that right and left brain balance, and all of your core wounds already worked through before you can assist another that way. And that is a big life lesson for a lot of people. It was definitely one of mine. It wasn't something I saw either. It really had to be pointed out to me. So just be mindful of that. Water signs are, last but not least, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What is going on with the water signs? That's okay. Tower. Yep. Something unexpected. This is me last night. Some kind of unexpected event. Uranus coming in, shining a light on you. Ah, strength. The star. Holy cow. And 10 of swords. This resonates deeply for me as a water sun sign. Okay. I probably don't even need any more cards, but let's see what else comes out for the water signs, because I highly doubt this message is only for me. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So, wow. I think all 4 elements got the Lovers card. That's a beautiful thing. That is Mercury and Jupiter. Thanks to Mercury and Jupiter. Anything else? That's a lot, but okay, I'll take it. Beautiful. All right, water signs. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. I just got the chills on this one. So the bottom of the deck, water signs, is the 4 of Wands. So this is all about your inner strength, the stamina, not giving up on yourself. Confident. You either have had or will have something come in unexpected into your life, your outer world, your reality. It could cause like a little bit of a shakeup or an upheaval for a bit. Use that strength to master your emotions during this time. Take my advice. I just did this last night. And the star is really, that inner peace of mind, knowing that everything is okay. Really grab that strength also to trust and have faith in the universe that nothing terrible is really going to happen unless you continue to keep that picture in your mind. 10 of Swords, this is like rock bottom ruin, and if you stay in that energy, you could really create something, probably, this is self-destructive behavior patterns. So the sun comes out because whatever that tower was wasn't quite as bad as what your mind told you. It illuminates that for you. It brings enlightenment to your test, your challenge, your tower moment, which then you go through kind of a period of contemplation, meditation, understanding what just happened. Why did that happen? It happened to show me something about myself, to allow me to have that union of both sides of the brain, all within myself. This really brings the Hierophant, self-mastery. Wow. And this is that higher knowledge, that universal knowledge. Maybe becoming a mentor for somebody, or a mentor coming in to help you, which is beautiful. Justice, Hierophant, the Lovers, Justice, Tower, Star, Strength, the Sun. I mean, come on. Balance. Yin Yang. Right and left brain. 3 of Pentacles. This is that teamwork then. You're working with your spirit guides, working with the universe. And it's a beautiful thing. Keep up the good work, water signs. I love that. I love it. I love it. I feel like this is going to happen for a lot of people eventually. So, wherever water is in your chart. Also, the sun's in Cancer. Jupiter's in Pisces. We had a grand water trine yesterday. Actually, now that I think about it, that makes a lot of sense because we certainly had a lot of water going on here at this house yesterday. Watery emotions. All right, what do I want to end this with? I think I'll do Soul's Journey. To see what comes through. And then I'm going to just kind of spend some time with my son and daughter-in-law before they go to bed, if they can sleep tonight. They do have to get up very early in the morning and have a baby. So that's kind of a big deal. But let's see what message comes through the collective this evening. Quite the interesting evening. I keep looking over at my calendar because I feel like there was an important transit today. Oh, you know, that Chiron, that wounded warrior, wounded healer. You know what the wounded healer is? Basically that person that I was just explaining. It's someone who takes pride and puts all of their energy, maybe even into helping others. And a lot of people in the helping professions are there as well, because it does give a sense of fulfillment. But the problem is that you don't have the time. You don't take the time to do your own inner work. That's why it's a wounded healer. I certainly was a wounded healer. I'm sure there's still some wounds left that will pop up through all of this. I hope not, but you know, I welcome it because I would like to be as clear from my past, clear-minded, clear energy going forward as I possibly can for myself and for anybody else involved with my energy in my life. Oh, okay. Adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Yes, this is why we have those tower moments. This is why we have challenges. There will always be challenges in life. That's what we have to understand. Life can be magical and beautiful and everything. But if that's all it was, it would not progress. We would not grow or learn. There has to be some kind of challenge or obstacle put in front of us from time to time for that growth and that inner reflection. So let's see, anything else? That came through kind of strong. I actually felt it down the right side of the body, which is the feminine. The body is kind of the opposite of the brain. Now, the right side of the body is the masculine. Pride. I love myself, and I see myself in everyone. That's that mirroring. So when you are faced with somebody who either acts a certain way, says certain things, does certain things that really trigger you or off-putting, disgust you even maybe, understand that they're reflecting some aspects of you as well. So we want to be mindful of our judgments too of other people. Since you're just judging yourself. Anything else? Anything else for everybody? Okay. Blame. Yes. Because pride leads to blame. Blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. We can't really blame anything outside of ourselves for what life we're living. yes, life brings us challenges, but for the most part, not the most part, all the time, we manifest from our vibrational, it's not the exact thoughts, but our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions create our vibration, our energy. Our vibration is what manifests. Like attracts like. We attract things into our life. So we can't really blame. We need to accept responsibility for and forgiveness of self and others for what we're actually pulling in, attracting, and creating in our life. That is going to, when that realization sinks in for a good bit of people, I feel like we're going to have such a shift and an opening of a way new way of life for a lot of people that will just still perpetuate more and more revelations and aha moments. I mean, that's how it goes. That's how it works. And it is a beautiful thing, but we can really get in our own way sometimes. So you just want to take one day at a time, one step at a time, 1 minute at a time, even. Slow down and try to get out of our way. Try to get out of our heads if we can, you know. And watch out for those knee-jerk reactions on things, because like I've been saying, and I got to take my own advice too. We can't take everything at face value as it's presented to us, because it's always changing. That energy is always changing. So if we already like have a judgment or a perception about something, you might as well just stick that energy, like then it could be actually that. But you can shift things in life, believe it or not, based off of your vibration. So just be mindful of how long, how strong you hold on to that energetic charge, that emotion that comes up if you do have, you know, a tower moment, something that comes in and challenges you. Take it from me. I had one last night. So, well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. This is an exciting time. And yeah, life is changing for sure here. Going to be a grandmother tomorrow morning around 9:30 in the morning. And I'm sure I will be announcing all of that as soon as it happens. So I hope to get some sleep tonight, but you never know. So I love you all. Thanks again for tuning in, and take good care of yourself. Bye.